He's worthy to be praised.
Holy Spirit, take my soul.
21 minutes on to the 7 o'clock hour. For some reason, I'm always being tempted to say 8.
Holy Spirit, take my soul.
Dr. Francis Martin, good morning to you, man. Thanks again, bro. Riven Twine, good morning. Chinese and Yellow and the guys. Daigo Peters. The Drix family. All you good, right? Nice. Ahoma, good morning, Zobi. Good morning to you and Pegleg and Fali and the guys. The family of John Tangler Alad, good morning. Philip and family. What's buzzing in the news this morning? Let's see what's buzzing. All right, online voting ruled out for general elections in 2027, so says Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell. He's also tight-lipped on his future plans as to whether he's going to serve a lengthy term. You know, maybe serve 3, 4, 5 terms. He's tight-lipped on that. Papi, where's your story? Tell the people the truth. U.S. travel bans, how Grenada is monitoring that situation as Caribbean countries face potential restrictions. And we heard that on Wednesday, some of the countries in the region, because of some lapses in their CBI programs, the U.S. State Department is looking at them very closely.
My God is.
Dominican Republic and nightclub owners granted bail after deadly roof collapse. Over 200 people died in that roof collapse. Well, they finally granted bail. Internationally, Trump weighs in U.S. involvement on the Iran-Israel conflict as the tensions escalate. And in sports, cricket makes historic debut in Pan Am Games. These stories and more coming up in the newscast. I love you. It's a good day to have a good day in a good way. Nice.
We are living in serious times. Man, know thyself. Know Jesus the Savior.
And my friend sent me this Friday morning prayer for joy. Loving Father, in the name of Jesus, let your joy overflow in my heart this morning. May I carry a spirit of happiness and spread positivity to those around me. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. That's coming from Psalms 118, verse 24. Thank you for filling my heart with joy. Joy. He says, good morning. On this Friday, may this day unlock the doors of blessing in your life. May the Lord hear your prayers and help you get through all the problems that you're currently facing. Have a blessed day and a wonderful weekend. Thank you, Papi.
My God is worthy to be praised.
Lauren and Joan Salim. I think Joan's surname changed, but good morning. Hermitage, good morning. Montrose, the Decoto family in Montrose. Beverly Mousy Lewis in Latas. Good morning, Rebecca Jules. How you doing? Kaku and the guys. Pastor Dave King and family. Mommy, good morning to you. How are you doing? And Mommy in this case is Miss Catherine King, right? Of course, want to reach out and say good morning to my extended family, the congregation at the Wester Hall New Testament Church of God. The shepherd of the flock, Pastor Laurie Dominic and the First Family. Good morning. Folks, the AM edition of News, Sports and the Weather comes up right after these messages.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Grenada! Time to get charged up for the Fuller Energy Home Series as West Indies takes on Australia in a fiery test match from July 3rd to 7th at the National Cricket Stadium from 10 a.m. each day. Free entry plus fun activities for children under 16 years old. Adult tickets start at just $5 per match day. Let's rally with the men in maroon. Go to windiescricket.com to secure your tickets now. West Indies is back in the spice aisle and we Fuller Energy.
West Indies going higher, full of energy.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The investment migration agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. I am a Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
If you are 50 years and turning 50 in 2024, our 50-plus car insurance is perfect for you. It's loaded with free benefits like loss of use, special perils, and windscreen cover up to $2,500. Getting to 50 is filled with ups and downs. Let's celebrate these moments together and look forward to 50 more. Call Beacon Insurance at 440-4447 or log on to beacongrenada.com to get a free quote today. Special conditions apply.
This is the GBN Morning News for today, Friday, June 20th, 2025. Coming up in the news, online voting ruled out for the 2027 general elections. A Prime Minister remains tight-lipped on future plans. U.S. travel ban. Grenada monitors situation as Caribbean countries face potential restrictions. In the region, Dominican Republic nightclub owners granted bail after deadly roof collapse. Internationally, Trump weighs U.S. involvement in Iran-Israel conflict as tensions escalate. And in sports, cricket makes historic debut in Pan American Games. We've got the details to these and more after these messages.
Charge of your financial journey by switching to an Own Your Own loan at Arise Credit Union. Arise's Own Your Own loan is as unique as you are because we know one size fits all does not fit you. With Own Your Own loan, you get unmatched benefits including lower interest rates, flexible repayment options, discounted loan and legal fees, and savings from hardware suppliers. Tailor-made options that put you in control. Switch now and step into the life you were always meant to live with Arise's Own Your Own loan. Arise Credit Union. your financial freedom, your future. Call us today at 440-1759 or visit our website at arisescu.com.
Share the great taste of Grace Foods.
Quality nutrition from generation to generation.
The goodness of Grace Foods.
Good morning. With the details, I am Gordon Joseph. The 2027 general election in Grenada will not feature online voting, according to Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell. In a recent online media interview, the Prime Minister was asked about the possibility of introducing online voting, to which he responded, "It's highly unlikely. Voters will need to cast their ballots in person." When questioned about his plans to serve beyond 2 terms in office, however, Prime Minister Mitchell was less forthcoming. He deflected the question, stating that it would be addressed at a later time. "We'll postpone that discussion until after the next election," he said, effectively putting the issue on hold. Despite the uncertainty surrounding his long-term plans, the Prime Minister expressed his gratitude for the opportunity to serve and reflected on the past 3 years as remarkable. He also stated that he looks forward to continuing to serve the people of Grenada for the next 2 years. As the National Democratic Congress celebrates 3 years in government, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell has reaffirmed his government's commitment to delivering on the mandate for change that the people of Grenada have entrusted to him. He emphasized his dedication to fulfilling the promises made to citizens both in Grenada and in the diaspora, stating, "We are doing everything in our power to fulfill that mandate and meet the expectations of the people who have placed their trust in us." However, Prime Minister Mitchell acknowledged that there may be obstacles ahead, citing the potential for opposition from individuals and groups he describes as enemies of progress. These individuals, he suggested, may attempt to hinder the government's efforts through personal attacks, unfounded allegations, and other forms of distraction and disruption. During a recent media appearance, the Prime Minister noted that such tactics are often used to undermine progress and obstruct positive change. Despite these potential challenges, Prime Minister Mitchell remains resolute and committed to his government's agenda. He emphasized that his administration will not be deterred by criticism or intimidated by those who seek to undermine their efforts. Instead, he encouraged citizens to focus on the facts and to judge his government's performance based on its actions and results. By doing so, the Prime Minister believes that Grenadians can see the progress being made and hold his government accountable for its promises. Meanwhile, the government of Grenada is monitoring developments in the U.S., where the potential travel ban is being considered for countries with citizenship by investment programs. Although Grenada is not currently listed, the government recognizes that the Caribbean region is often viewed as a cohesive entity, and any actions against neighboring countries could have indirect implications. The Prime Minister has reiterated the government's commitment to maintaining a strong relationship with the U.S. and emphasized the importance of constructive dialogue. Grenada's ambassador in Washington is engaged in high-level discussions to clarify the situation and convey the government's concerns. Prime Minister Mitchell said government is working to uphold the high standards of integrity and transparency in its CBI program, consistent with global best practices. Diplomatic efforts are underway to ensure that Grenada's interests are represented and protected. That concludes the first segment of news. The local segments stay with us. The regional and international developments, along with the sports and the weather, they're straight ahead. In the region, a court in the Dominican Republic has granted bail to two nightclub owners, Antonio Espelat and his sister Maribel Espelat, who were accused of manslaughter after the roof of their Jet Set club collapsed, killing 236 people. The incident occurred on April 8th during a concert by merengue star Ruby Perez, who was among the victims. The tragedy, which is considered one of the worst in the Caribbean nation in decades, also claimed the lives of two retired Major League Baseball players and a provincial governor. Prosecutors had requested that the siblings remain in custody while awaiting trial, but the court has allowed them to be released on bail. Looking further afield, the White House has stated that Donald Trump will decide within the next 2 weeks whether the U.S. will become directly involved in the ongoing Iran-Israel conflict. This decision comes as the president believes there is a substantial chance of negotiations between the two nations. The statement has been seen as an opening to diplomacy, according to our chief North American correspondent. However, Iran's deputy foreign minister has warned that the U.S. involvement would lead to hell in the region. The conflict has already resulted in over 270 injuries in Israel from Iranian strikes, and Israel's defense minister has called for Iran's supreme leader to be held accountable. The situation remains volatile, with the international community closely watching the developments and awaiting Trump's decision. Southern Mexico began a major cleanup on Thursday in the aftermath of Hurricane Eric, which hit its Pacific coast as a powerful Category 3 hurricane. The tourist town of Puerto Escondido in Oaxaca State was left without electricity and phone coverage after the hurricane damaged infrastructure, including 2 hospitals and flooded streets. There have been no reports of deaths or injuries. The hurricane dropped to Category 1 soon after making landfall, although the U.S. National Hurricane Center, the NHC, said flooding and hurricane-force winds would persist as Eric headed north. The NHC warned of a potential for a life-threatening storm surge in the hurricane's wake, and Mexico's Environment Ministry also warned of waves up to 10 meters, which is equivalent to 33 feet in height. And finally, Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan made shocking allegations against the Armenian Apostolic Church, accusing a senior clergyman of misconduct. He also claimed the Supreme Leader Catholicos Kirikin II broke his vow of celibacy and fathered a child, calling for his resignation. The row threatens to deepen Armenia's societal divide and impact next year's election, as well as peace talks in the South Caucasus region following Armenia's defeat in a war against Azerbaijan. The church has not responded to the allegations. The incident has sparked tensions between the government and the church. That's the regional and international news. The sporting highlights are straight ahead, which will be followed by the weather forecast. But reminding you that we'll have more news in our luncheon edition and our primetime newscast. The sports is up next. Good morning, sporting fans. West Indies women all-rounders Chanel Henry and Deandra Doughton were both selected in Thursday's Women's Big Bash League, that's the WBBL Overseas Player Draft. Henry, who has had an outstanding year with both bat and ball in all formats, will make her WBBL debut with the Brisbane Heat, joining Indian player Jemima Rodriguez and South African Nadine de Klerk. Doughton, a seasoned veteran of the league, will play for the Melbourne Renegades for the second consecutive season, alongside England's Alice Capsey. Initially, Doughton was set to be joined by Hayley Matthews, but the Renegades announced that Matthews will miss the upcoming WBBL season due to a shoulder injury. As one of the Renegades' overseas retentions prior to the draft, the team will have the opportunity to sign a replacement player at a later date. Cricket will make its debut in the Pan American Games, making a major milestone for the sport. The announcement was made after the executive board meeting in Santiago, Chile, where Pan Am Sports confirmed the final list of 36 spots for the 2027 Games in Lima, Peru. Cricket's inclusion reflects a growing interest in the sport across the region and a more diverse vision for the Games. The decision was made through a democratic process, incorporating input from 41 national Olympic committees and the Lima 2027 Organizing Committee. Now, over 7,000 athletes will compete in the Games, which will feature cricket alongside other popular sports like athletics, football, and boxing, as well as emerging disciplines like BMX, freestyle, and skateboarding. The 2027 Games were expected to be one of the most inclusive and anticipated editions yet. Cricket's inclusion is a significant step forward for the sport. And finally, news have emerged that Olympic medalists Rohe Stonna and Rajendra Campbell have switched their allegiance to Turkey, lured by attractive financial offers. According to senior Turkish track and field officials, the two athletes will join the Turkish team, following in the footsteps of fellow Jamaicans Jakes Harvey and Winston Barnes, who had previously made the switch. Stonna, who holds the Olympic record in the men's discus throw with a distance of 70.00 meters, and Campbell, a bronze medalist in the men's shot put, will be joining a growing list of Jamaican athletes who have defected to Turkey. Harvey, now known as Jack Ali Harvey, and Barnes, now known as Emre Zafer Barnes, have already made a name for themselves in Turkish athletics, setting national records in the 100-meter and 4x100-meter events. That's all the sports we have at this time. We'll have more sports for you during our luncheon edition and, of course, in our prime time. Stay with us. The weather forecast is straight ahead. And folks, for the latest weather forecast, we join Cassia Johnson at the forecast desk at the MBIA. Good morning, Cassia.
Good morning to you and good morning to the listeners. Here is the weather for today, Friday, 20th June 2025. Currently at the airport, conditions are fair. Winds are from the east at 18 miles per hour. Pressure 1015.5 millibars, which is above normal and rising. Present temperature 27.8 degrees Celsius, relative humidity 80%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 30.7 degrees Celsius, minimum temperature last night 26.8 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, there was 3.0 millimeters of rainfall at the airport, which brings the total for the month to 43.7 millimeters. Looking at the public forecast valid for today and tonight, the weather is expected to be generally fair, windy, and hazy, with few brief isolated showers during partly cloudy spells. Today's maximum temperature 31.0 degrees Celsius. Winds easterly to east-southeasterly at 15 to 25 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas moderate, waves 5 to 7 feet in easterly swells. A small craft advisory is in effect. Tides are currently rising and will be high at 10 a.m., low at 4 p.m. Sunset today, 6:34, sunrise tomorrow, 5:43. Again, the weather is expected to be generally fair, windy, and hazy, with few brief isolated showers during partly cloudy spells. A small craft advisory is in effect. From the Met Office, I am Cassia Johnson.
Thank you very much, Cassia. Have yourself a great day and a wonderful weekend, yeah?
Thank you. Same to you.
All right, folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick and Thompson Company Limited.
Get money where you are, bonus anywhere you are, send money over with Western Union.
This is Whoa, oh, oh, oh. This is Whoa. Is Western Union. Send to your friends and your family. With Western Union, we're moving money. No matter where you are, you will never fall.
Get money where you are, bonus anywhere you are, send money over. Move it for better.
Western Union, moving money for better.
It's 5 minutes after 7 o'clock. To end the news, a recap of the headlines. Online voting ruled out for 2027 general elections, and the Prime Minister remains tight-lipped on future plans. Grenada monitors U.S. travel ban possibilities as a Caribbean country face potential restrictions. In the region, Dominican Republic nightclub owners granted bail after deadly roof collapse. Internationally, Trump weighs U.S. involvement in Iran-Israel conflict as tensions escalate. And in sports, cricket makes historic debut in Pan Am Games. That has been the morning edition of news for today, Friday, June 20th, 2025. On behalf of the entire news department, I'm Gordon Joseph, thanking you for viewing and listening, wishing you a productive day, a safe and enjoyable weekend with a lot of rest, of course, and yet still extending that invitation to you to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere. Don't you switch, because the traffic report comes up in just 4 minutes time.
Grenada is indeed beautiful and worth exploring. We firmly believe that you should be allowed on just why not explore Grenada with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours. Whether you decide to explore Grenada with your family, spouse, or large group of friends, we are ready to welcome you. Our tours are guaranteed to leave you with wonderful memories of Grenada if you are visiting, and excitement if you live here. Book a tour with us now by visiting our website www.jamessvcs.com. Call 1473-442-3769 or email info@jamessvcs.com. James Services Corp Off-Road Tours.
I am Dennis James Williams, owner and director of James Services Corp. Looking forward to welcoming you to the beautiful island of Union to explore with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours. See you soon.
Explore our beautiful island of Grenada from an angle that is unique and off-road, but equally fun. We are 100% family-friendly tours.
In our part of
professional on
we need to be prepared for natural disasters like storms and hurricanes, even outside of the season. I'm sure you'll agree that keeping our loved ones, homes, and businesses safe is important. So, I came up with a few quick tips to help you stay safe. Familiarize yourself with
own your
panel, as it may be necessary to switch off the power during a storm or a flood. Make sure you install a transfer or isolation switch to prevent your generator feeding electricity to Grenlec's line. If trees are too close to power lines, call Grenlec at 237 for advice. By following these easy steps, you will be well on your way to being hurricane ready. Don't be caught off guard by natural disasters. Prepare now. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. In St. George, Sudden Electrical, best value, expert advice.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic...
All right, folks, it's 11 minutes after 7 o'clock. We now join Corporal Troy Paul of the Traffic Department of the RGPF. Good morning, Copy.
Good morning to you and good morning to all your listeners. It's that time again where we give you the traffic reports for today. It is Friday. And remember, as we normally say, TGIF, thank God for Friday, is that time where a lot of persons anticipate or they are excited about that particular day. However, this morning I just want to report that most of our streets are relatively quiet at the moment. I'm happy to report that there's no vehicular obstruction or accidents along our main roads at the time. But we know as we get closer to our 8 o'clock hour, starting from 7:30 in most of the areas, traffic will definitely increase. And we know what happens in a lot of the areas where we have a little bit of a congestion. So I just want to advise persons that if you have not left home as yet, please do so you can arrive to work on time without any delays. So it's a quiet one for the morning so far. I'm happy to report that. Just a bit of information. Remember, I told you guys that there is some diversion in the city of Grenville. And I just want to reiterate those interruptions and where persons can pass in the event that you have to traverse to and through Grenville. So persons remember that they'll anticipate major traffic congestion. Remember, Canal Road will be blocked to vehicular traffic. So if you're exiting Grenville, you will have now make that right turn onto Griffith Lane. Therefore, there's a detour if you're coming from the Paradise direction. So you will be driving through Ford, then onto Salisbury, onto Wells Road, and then to the town of Grenville. There will be no parking on Griffin Lane and Chapel Road. And this will be in effect, which started yesterday, Thursday, and as I stated, it will be in effect for about 1 week. So drivers must be mindful of the traffic diversion, where they cannot pass and where you cannot park as well. So I just want motorists to adhere to those, and if you're passing through, especially the town of Grenville, expect these delays and traffic diversion. Just for a bit of traffic tip this morning, remember, as I stated, this Friday, persons may have long driving to do. Fatigue driving is something that you don't want to play with. So if you're tired while you're driving, please stop and take some adequate rest. If you know that you're already fatigued, please, if you can park your vehicle in a safe place, and you can take a taxi or get a ride or get someone to drive for you, please do that. And do not attempt to drive if you're tired and your body is extremely fatigued. That therefore means that you can fall asleep on the wheel and can end in a serious or fatal collision. It is your responsibility while you're driving to ensure your safety and the safety of others. And remember, as we always tell persons, if you are texting,
who's driving? Who's driving? Just before you run off, Copy, we know usually whenever there's a holiday in the week, people use it for festive functions and so forth. And wherever there are festive functions, the tendency for people to drink and drive and become more accident prone, that is always increased. From your reports, were there any major accidents or mishaps on the nation's roads yesterday, being a holiday?
This Corpus Christi is one of the quiet holidays around the year, and the traffic around that time wasn't as brisk as the others, where you might have the Easter holidays and the others where we have a lot of events around that time. It was one of the quiet ones, and we didn't have any major accidents or incidents where we can report to say that it was persons had that accidents and so on. But as I say, I'm happy to say that we can report that, but it is not so for the others where we would have that anticipated amounts of accidents, such as Easter, the Christmas holidays, the August period, and whatever holidays where we have events, shows, and so on. And we're grateful for that.
Okay, and I know that the traffic department is, preparing for the busy festive season, the carnival season that's coming up, and I know some initiatives will be taken in terms of getting our pedestrian crossings and other street signs and giving them a facelift and so forth, right?
Most definitely, and we are already in the process of doing that in all our areas, and especially in our towns, because remember, we anticipate visitors, so we definitely have to make sure that they follow our traffic signs, regulations to the T. So we definitely have to give a facelift to our humps, our pedestrian crossing, directional arrows and areas and so forth, and we're already in the process of doing that, so drivers need not worry, especially visitors coming to our island, and therefore we also will have officers in certain areas to ensure, or we will have increased patrols with our mobile foot patrols around that time. So a plan is already in place, so therefore that persons will expect some easement but expect traffic congestion around that time. But we're happy and we can say that we're safely doing or resurfacing our traffic signs at the moment.
Kudos to you and the department, man. The traffic department is always pro-thinking, proactive.
Definitely.
Right? So have a good day. Thank you very much for the report. And if the good Lord spare our lives, we'll do it again on Monday.
Definitely, and thank you again for allowing us that time where we can share so that persons can arrive to work on time and safely. And good morning, and to all your listeners as well. Drive safely.
Have a great weekend, bro. All right, folks, that was the traffic report done collaboratively with the traffic department of the Royal Grenada Police Force. We take a quick break and then we come back with the conversation.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for Champion. And we offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
Just is a specialist physician who deals with conditions affecting the nervous system. So that includes the brain and the spinal cord and some muscle disorders as well.
Brain health is extremely important, not only for the patient, but for the family, and it affects our social, occupational, and emotional function.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
It's called the Nature Island of the Caribbean for several good reasons. This event features some icons of the craft, with info on how to become one yourself. Not only is this bank connecting with its partners, it's helping them get even better. Top-rated amenities, St. Lucian style, a marathon at midnight. Yes, it's all next on this station.
It's 22 minutes after 7 o'clock. We've got 38 minutes in which we can have a conversation. We haven't had an open conversation for quite a while. I'm going to give you the opportunity. Then I know there's a plethora of topics that you'd want to discuss. I'm going to be, that kind of way this morning and open up the line so that you can call in and share whatever. Okay? Good morning, caller. Welcome. Caller, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Innocent. How you doing?
I am doing fine. How are you?
Good. Yesterday morning, Joke, I put on the radio and I lie down to listen it, as usual, I hear music. I said, but where is Innocent? What happened to Innocent? And I got worried, you know. I didn't realize, I forgot yesterday was a holiday.
Yeah.
So I got worried. I said, hey, but what happened to Innocent?
Nah, Innocent, okay.
What happened to him?
All right, okay.
Anyway, Innocent, good morning again. Hear this.
Good morning. Mm-hmm.
I heard the minister talking in the parliament regarding, in other words, let me say, the slavery business. What I want to say in short, that slavery is more prominent today in Grenada than before, in my humble opinion. I tell you why. Before, it was public and legally for the slave master to beat people and do this and that. It was legal. Today, it's under the table. And Innocent, I'm a crap on the ground. And I'm telling you, it's more prominent now. We have today, the people in authority is like the master. They're just not beaten. And it's not public. Because when you look at, in other words, if I may say, the people in authority today who legally could stop the slavery mentality system, they sit back, so they are master, because they could change the system prominently. For instance, look at the Labor Department. I don't know if it is in working condition, but I don't know if it's on one side, which I believe so. But the people are working, although the Honorable Prime Minister increased the wages, but they are not paying it. And the people forced to take it because they want to put bread on the table. No, it can be located. NIS. The people working for $900 a month was working for $900 a month before. They're still working for it today. Now, Innocent, they're paying the NIS, which is the same amount. That is those who pay the NIS. And it's easy to track. You don't have to go to a university. A stupid person like me could tell you. It's easy to track. They pay $900 5 years, 10 years ago, and they're paying this percent. They're doing the same thing. It can be located. The Ministry of Labor, either the minister is overwhelmed with work, or I don't know. Two things, Innocent, and I go wrap up. One, we need to change the labor code because we are under the labor code from the master days, and it's still masters today. So we need to change that, and that should have changed long ago. But it didn't change, but however, now we have to change it today. Fact, and I'm going to close. The people is working in the nursing home from 7 o'clock on Monday morning, I could use just that as an example, to 7 o'clock Tuesday morning for their work. And when they go to the Ministry of Labor, the lady told them, this is a private company, we cannot tell them how to make their shift. But me, which I done stupidly, could say, according to the labor code, that we have 8 hours for work, working day. Innocent, have a nice day. I hope the Minister of Labor, or they will find a minister, somebody who could look after this our situation, which they wouldn't be overwhelmed. But you know, Innocent, when you go to the Secretary of the Minister of Labor, they are telling you that. They are telling you, you know, the minister has so much, she has this and she has that and she has this to do. That tells you that she's overwhelmed.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
Have a good weekend. Have a good weekend. 28 minutes after 7 o'clock. You know the digits, 435-2041. And let's hear from you. Let's go to the phone line. Good morning.
Morning, Innocent.
Welcome to the program.
Morning to Innocent and morning to the listeners and your viewers.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I want to commend the government for taking the step to change the Emancipation Observance to its rightful date. My concern, though, is that what about the other holiday that was taken away for colonial cricket? And I see some bodies have criticized the administration for changing the date. I think maybe I'm subject to correction, but maybe we could have probably hold on to that Monday holiday, to probably let things continue for instance, in the case of Carriacou. Just allow Carriacou to have this carnival in February, although the nationally is in August, something like that. So I want to I feel very elated because I remember on this very station I asked one of your hosts if he knew what was the purpose of the first holidays in August. And he said to me, all I know is a holiday. When I told him it was emancipation, it was because of that. I was really cool. Some people remember that. So I think that we're moving in the right direction, but sometimes it seems as though we are confused people. It is. All the other Caribbean islands, and most of them have it on the first day of August, which was the official day, and we should keep it up to that.
Okay.
Now, keeping with Africanness, it's good to see that the Caribbean is very moving Africa-wise. But to me, the problem I have is that it seems as though it's just when they're thinking in terms of money, because St. Lucia is going to bring trade shows and it have invited the OECS leaders to come to join him. A corrupt leader. Just as we brought one last year from Ghana. He went to Trinidad also. We have the Nigerian president, who is very suspect. I mean, there is even songs in Nigeria about the man's character, bringing him in the Caribbean. I mean, let's hope that the Nigerians have the courage to change and have a more decent leader. So, but it's good. The whole idea that moving towards Africa, the only thing about it, when we think about leaders we could bring, is those that we bring in. That is a challenge. We could bring people like Ibrahim Toure and others who offer a gleam of hope for people on the continent. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, caller. Thank you. All right, there's something here that I need to read. Good morning, Innocent. Please, please, please. Congratulations to the team cleaning and maintaining the Tantin drains. They are doing a wonderful job. I live in Tantin, and first time I have seen that type of cleaning done. They deserve a huge congratulations. It's not an easy place to clean, but they're doing it. Also, people need to stop throwing their drink bottles and plastic bags in the drains. Yeah, I do appreciate that. When we see something that is commendable, we should commend it. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Yes, good morning, Doc.
How are you this morning?
Just quiet,
What did you plant yesterday?
Nothing at all.
Nothing. I hope it bears.
I'm waiting on you this year.
Okay.
All right. Okay, I'll tell you something. We are trying to see how we could get the Africans to find themselves. I think they're finding themselves now, but we here are losing ourselves. Yeah? We fight each other, but we want to fix everybody else. We have to fix ourselves. Now, your first caller made a very, very important observation. I had been discussing this for quite some time with my friends, and I think I brought it to the airwave many times. Slavery. We are in pronounced slavery, yeah? As she said, we don't have the whip, but we have the mental slavery. And slavery in disguise, the advantage we take of people, yeah? It is subtle. I call it a polished slavery because we, the citizens, work to keep a group of people there to enrich them day by day, year by year, and we ourselves are going nowhere. They miss and underrepresent us. And so this lady make a very important observation. Lady, you are very wise. Take a bow. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you oh so much. Yep. 435-2041, that's the number you can call to get in on the conversation. Let's go to the telephone line and say good morning.
A person, good morning. I am about to make a point that I made some time ago. Now, if Grenada is supposed to be in line with the rest of the world, and I'm talking about news-wise, yesterday was a public holiday, and all public holidays that we have, why is it that we cannot have the news? BBC have news, and all other places have news, and that excuse, like I think the first caller made mention that thinking that they should be hearing news, it is music. We are not getting anywhere. If we have to be in line, I cannot tell GBN how to run the radio station. But I think that this is just utter nonsense. We need to have the news every day, and what is wrong with that? And this is my observation. I've brought it up already, and I'm bringing it up again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. It's 25 minutes onto the 8 o'clock hour. That is our time. And you know the digits, 435-2041. Let's go back to the telephone line and say good morning.
Good morning, my enemy.
Good morning. I don't have that, but if you do, well, that's fine.
But we're still friends. I want to, you see, I'm a man. I think I want to learn a lot. I think I still intend to learn. Somebody said it's hardly unlikely in English language or in language. Maybe I don't know what that means. It's hardly unlikely that so would happen. What does the word hardly mean and unlikely means? That's the first question I'll ask you, because I know you're not so innocent. So you could explain that to me.
Well, to be honest, I've never heard it being used hardly unlikely. I always say highly unlikely. It means the possibility of it happening is very slim.
But what happened to me, I don't know, too negative. Okay, that's my comment.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Could it happen or could it not happen?
Okay, all right. Yeah, but
anyhow, think of it.
How you spend your Corpus Christi yesterday?
By quiet.
What did you plant? I know you're a man of the soil.
No, you don't know. Knowing you have knowledge, but you don't have enough knowledge about me. You know, I'm a man that could compete with you in certain fields. And competition is a healthy thing, you know.
Of course, very much so.
I thought I'm glad you know that now.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Have a good one. Oh my goodness. It's 23 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Yep, that's our time. Let's head back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller. Caller, good morning. Okay. Let's go back. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Nelson.
Hi, welcome to the program.
Yeah, welcome. You're good. I would like to congratulate GBN on its 45th anniversary and for the innovators in bringing 24-hour radio broadcast to Grenada, Cargo, and Petit Madney. It was on June 19th, 1980, that started with Lou Smith and DJ Akira, while awaiting the address of the then Prime Minister, Morris Bishop, to address the nation, read the 219 bomb blast. And that didn't happen until I think after 1:05 in the morning that happened, and it continued then. And I didn't think that that radio station closed after June 19th, 1980. So happy Innovative Day to GBN.
You're very historic, man. You know the stuff.
I was there. So I mean, I ain't telling on nobody tell me.
Right.
So Lou Smith give a guy the floor. Lou Smith and DJ Akela.
Yeah.
The revolution had something about it, but it's a good thing I bring 24-hour radio. That then was Radio Free Grenada.
Right. RFG.
Just thought you would like to know. Please give me innocent bloody favor, please, by Flying Turkey.
Okay.
Have a good one.
All right. Thank you, caller. All right. Wow, that's a good guy. Yeah, he knows the stuff. It's 21 minutes on to 8 o'clock. All right, vehicle owners with registration number 7501 up to 9999 and plural number 751 up to 999. Please get your vehicle inspection done and renew your vehicle license by the 30th of this month. You can pay online using pay.gov.gd. Also, if you celebrated your birthday during this week, you have to renew your license. Thank you, Papi. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Morning, Innocent. How are you doing?
I ain't do it yet, but I will do it, you know.
Well, as long as I call him, both of us will do it together, you know, and we are ready to we will have a lovely time. You notice on the cell because my landline not working.
Oh, okay.
Well, I know you didn't check on it. Anyway, my contribution for today. Our elected representatives must never dictate, impose their will or force down the throats of their constituents, the priorities of their constituencies, its development, and what course to be taken to achieve such. Therefore, it is of paramount importance that the people's involvement and there's a consultative process between the elected representative and their constituents, with the constituents being the final decision makers and not the representative. Because people are pushing down the throat. In this regard, servant of the people, the most honorable, humble Andy Williams, cordially invites all the beautiful people of his constituency to a vital strategic community consultation focused on shaping the future of that constituency under the theme of moving forward 2030, getting there together. This coming Monday, that is 23rd of June at the Trade Center Annex, commencing at 6:30 p.m. until 8:30 p.m. It is your constituency and your right as stakeholders to shape the direction and the destiny of the Great South. Don't miss that opportunity. Please come down to the Trade Center Annex this Monday, 6:30. From 6:30 to 8:30, and let your voices be heard. Sincerely, your Honorable the most Andy Williams, because it is important. Andy's a man of the people, and he wants you to come down and tell him what he's doing to the constituency, how to shape the constituency forward, because it's your constituency, and also he is sponsoring 20 scholarships to his constituents alone, the people who need it, in terms of paralegal services and 3 areas. So you have to call the constituency office, and you'll be able to find out all the details. The constituency office is 457-5569. The early bird catches the worms. He is sponsoring 20 scholarships to needy people of his constituency. So if you call that office 457-5569, they'll be able to tell, I think it's 3 areas: early childhood development and marketing. Early childhood development level 2, marketing level 2, and also paralegal services. So call that number and make the arrangements now. but it has to be strictly for the people of that constituency because he's helping his needy people. So thank you for the opportunity, and Andy, all the way he's trying his best.
Okay.
He's not perfect, but he always on the ball and continues to give exemplary service and serve the people with distinction. His constituency, to the beautiful people of South St. George, please continue to support Andy Williams. In a sense, do have a good day, and we'll talk as usual.
Yeah, thank
Bye.
you. Have a good one. Have a good one. Have a good one. Have a good one. All right, folks, it's 18 minutes on to 8 o'clock. We take a commercial break. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
One of the things that I like about pediatrics is that it's never just about the child. It's also about family, extracurricular activities, sports, school, all of those things we get involved in. I think one of the nice things is also that it's about empowering families or giving them the knowledge that they need. It's actually about forming a community of people who support each other. We're in this parenting journey together.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
Coming up, crop overs already in the air, along with all the hype. They conquered the Caribbean. Now they're ready for the world. Solid financial support joins the battle versus severe medical conditions. There's absolutely everything you need and then some at this resort. It's all next on this station.
One of the things that I like about pediatrics is that it's never just about the child. It's also about family, extracurricular activities, sports, school, all of those things we get involved in. I think one of the nice things is also that it's about empowering families or giving them the knowledge that they need. It's actually about forming a community of people who support each other. We're in this parenting journey together.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
It's clearly documented that we have been having, as a planet, an increase in incidence of cancers. So remember, cancer is a genetic disease.
When you now look at somebody's DNA or their genetics, it can tell you everything about a person. So what we use next generation sequencing to do in particular is to look at hereditary cases of diseases.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
Coming up, these chefs and mixologists produce their creative best for their biggest party yet. This steel band has been making a difference for over 40 years. An island filled with beauty, a vibrant culture, and an iconic natural attraction. Now, where can this be? It's all next on this station.
Looking to take your business to new heights? Advertise with GPN on our social media platforms and get noticed by our 138,000 plus followers. Reach a massive engaged audience ready to connect with your brand. No matter your business size, GPN is here to help you grow. Contact us today at admin@gpn.gd or WhatsApp 407-8458 to get started.
Records at the traffic department shows that a total of 1,447 accidents were reported for the year 2012, which includes 3 road fatalities. 2,946 accidents were reported for the year.
Welcome back to the conversation. It's 11 minutes on to 8 o'clock, and I'm joined now by my good friend, Miss Janelle Andrews. She is the Community Liaison Officer for the St. George Northeast constituency, and as we know, the parliamentary representative for that constituency is the Honorable Ron Redhead. So it's a good time to say good morning, my friend.
Good morning. How are you?
I am doing much better than you because my voice is good. Yours not?
Yes, let me apologize for my voice. I'm not sure what's going on there. I don't have the cold, but I don't have a voice.
I think it has to do with the Sahara dust.
I think so. Because I can't say it's much of the yelling because I yelled for my niece's graduation at the St. Joseph's Convent. However, it did not go, so I know it's not with the yelling.
Could be Sahara dust, but check a physician just to make sure. All right, we have this event coming up tomorrow. And you're here to talk about it. It's the constituency of St. George Northeast. They're having a road race. Tell us about this.
Yes, it will be a very exciting road race. The constituency of St. George Northeast, under the guidance of the Honorable Ron Redhead, is having a road relay within the constituency. For constituents, we may have 1 or 2 persons coming from other constituencies within the parish of St. George. However, it is expected to be a very exciting one. It starts promptly at 3 p.m. However, they first have to assemble at the Tempe playing field, where we take the athletes by bus to the starting point and to the various points. It starts at 19:10. Well, before you get into St. Andrews.
Right, so 19:10, that doesn't mean it's 10 minutes past 9. It's that location in Grenada Tang, okay? The highest point of the hills there, okay?
Yes.
Some people might stand up by the road and wait for 10 past 7 to see the race. It's 19:10, that point in Grenada Tang, okay?
Yes. It's the point in Grenada Tang, not the time.
Okay.
We start there and we go through, we come down the constituency of St. George Northeast. We come down through Vendome, then we go into Willis, New Hampshire, and the first handover is there at the New Hampshire Junction, and then we take from there and go down to Moncuma Hill, and then they go through Bocard, through Melrose, and when they get to the Catholic Church by the bridge, that's the second handover, the third handover, I would say, and then they go on to Tempe up Maras Hill when they get to Parade by Andal's supermarket. Then they do the final handover, and that takes them on to Montparnasse, onto Tempe. Then when they get back to the playing field, they make 1 lap before the race concludes.
Wow, that's a long race. And the race is open to is it all age groups, or you know.
I'm happy you would have mentioned that, because we do have prizes for the oldest finisher and people don't like to say the oldest, but the more mature finishers. And then we have a prize for the youngest finisher. We also have a prize for the biggest posse supporting their team. I know a lot of people will be heading to the Sister Isle tomorrow, please God. But we want everybody to come out and give us your support. It's all about promoting community spirit, camaraderie, and keeping the constituency of St. George Northeast very active.
What's happening in Carriacou?
Oh, well, the National Democratic Congress will be heading up there for activity for the day. So,
okay. So it coincides with your event.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, and our anniversary is coming up. So it's going to be pretty exciting. Through the Ministry of Social and Community Development, we are making a push with the various MPs and representatives to keep everybody active. And physical activity is necessary now. We know how health can be, so we're trying to keep everybody within each constituency active and engaged in various sporting activities.
Okay. Would that event tomorrow, would it be open to clubs? Like, for example, we have a number of athletics and sporting clubs on the island. Can clubs register? And how do people register to be a part of this?
Well, clubs can register, but we try to we try to keep it within the parish. For example, we do have combined Northerners registering, and we also have slipped my mind. Finish Line. They also have some athletes. However, they would not be coming as the club. However, the students of the Boca Secondary, which is within the parish of St. George Northeast, will be a part of that. We also have athletes from the community of Lamore, Tempe, New Hampshire, Willis. They also have athletes that will be running. And for example, Willis has about two male teams and 2 female teams, hopefully.
Okay.
So everybody will be coming out, because trust me, it's going to be cash prize. So it's going to be an exciting day of running tomorrow, please God, just to see who gets that grand prize.
And the registration, how can that be done?
They can do it through myself on 421-3361, or they can call the parliamentary office and they would be provided with the registration form.
Is there a cost for registration?
No, it's a free registration. We don't want to charge them, but we want them to get them involved.
So let me ask this. I mean, an old veteran athlete like myself, can I come and run? Even if it's my mouth?
You can come. You can come cheer on your team. Run your mouth. You're sure to run your mouth, because I'm not sure you'll be able to finish the race, but I will keep my heart in check that you will be able to finish that race.
I finish in that race. Up to you. Everybody else coming second, up to you.
Okay, so you're running all the legs.
Yeah, one leg. One leg. That route is just one leg for me.
Okay. Also, we're moving away from sports, but I want to hasten to add that through a push from our dear Prime Minister, all constituencies are endeavoring to promote skills training, and St. George Northeast is also on board, and currently we have a general administration training going on. We have approximately about 24-25 persons involved, and it's at the Boca Secondary School with the guidance of the Grenada National Training Agency, where they will be receiving a CVQ certificate.
Wow. I'm hearing a lot of this. Just one of my callers just previously spoke of the constituency of South St. George.
Yes.
With they have this activity coming up, this gathering, and also the Honorable Andy Williams is providing some 20 scholarships or so.
Oh yes, very much so. Everyone is trying to, all the MPs, all the representatives or caretakers are trying to get on board. They are doing their best to ensure that everybody is properly educated in terms of skills training. So we do know that each constituency and each MP is having several activities through, most of which is through my ministry, where I am currently based at the Ministry of Social and Community Development. We're kind of silent at the back. We're trying to keep our things inside, but ensure that everyone, each constituency, is properly attired with skills training at this moment.
Okay. All right. Well, folks, you heard it. Tomorrow, so just reiterate the route again.
The route is...
Well, even before where it starts, the collection of the athletes and transporting them there.
Okay, again, I just must repeat that our the St. George Northeast constituency, through our guidance of our dear loving MP, Honorable Ron Redhead, will be hosting our road relay from 1910, but we assemble at the Tempe playing field in St. George. We assemble there, then the bus takes them to the first point, which is 1910. So all the athletes which will be taking the first leg will go there. The bus will take the others to the various points. The second point is at the New Hampshire Crossroad, and then the third point will be at Lamode, that's by the Catholic Church on the bridge. Then the last leg will be at Parade by Andal Supermarkets. We also will be guided, hopefully, by the Royal Grenada Police Force. There will be a nurse on site, and we also got the assistance of the Grenada Athletics Association.
Okay, well that's good. Well, I wish you and your team all the best, all the athletes, all the clubs within the constituency, and of course, if you're outside of the constituency, you can just run the race, just show that you're athletic, but it's concentrating primarily on the constituency of St. George Northeast.
Yes, please.
Go on out and have fun tomorrow, and celebrate together.
Yes.
And may the best team win.
Yes, and we encourage everybody to come out and support, because you do know there's a prize for the biggest posse coming out and support their team.
Okay. All right. So, folks, you heard it. I've been speaking there with Janelle Andrews rather, and she is the the constituency liaison for the constituency of St. George Northeast, and they're having that grand road relay tomorrow, and we urge you to go on out and participate. I hope it's incident free and everything like that. Okay,
I do hope so myself.
All right. Thank you for sharing with us, folks. We've got to go. We've got to join the BBC. Thank you for being a part of the conversation for today and for the week, and if the good Lord spare lives, we'll do it again together on Monday. Bye bye. Love you. Bye bye.